Oh boy, we're dropping frames. We are still dropping, aren't we? Let me see. Okay. That's just weird now. Okay. Oh boy. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. That was a terrible attempt. Now what can I do to fix the dropped frames thingy? Because those are a lot of dropped frames. Getting set up bad ping. And why is the come on, work, noise gate, gotta work. Just give me a second, guys. Hey there, Dennis. Sorry. There. What's happening? Give me some time, guys. I'm gonna try to fix this. Right back. Let's see what I can do to fix it, basically. Or what a good idea. I'm streaming on the primary server. I'm getting a bad ping. So there's 70% dropped frames. That's boy, this is the most unprofessional stream ever. Love it. Okay. Seriously, guys, how can I reduce my dropped frames? Because, like, I'm getting a lot of them. Okay, let me just do something which I didn't do before. And let's see. Well, it didn't help. Okay. This is feeling, isn't it? Boy. Gary, my boy. I thought I was getting a good ping, you know. I really thought I was getting a good ping. But oh well. I guess it's not that bad. It's certainly bad, but not all that bad. Yeah, it's a bit too bad, actually. Okay, let me see. Let me just say, okay. Okay. Unfortunately, I had to reduce the but let's see if we're going strong with this one. For some reason, the microphone is taking a long time to respond. What's up with that? The microphone or what? That ought to be better. Okie dokie, guys. You know, I should probably wait for it. Should probably wait for everything and set up everything before I move on. But you know, I'm not gonna do that, right? You know, I'm not gonna do that, right? Right. Yeah, I think we're a bit stable now, sort of. I'm really not happy with it, but let's move on. So, how's everyone doing? It is yet again your boy Ten Yasin One, who's pretty late today, rather, and I suggest that you guys like grab all your snacks and whatnot, and you know just Yeah, you can watch this live stream as it's gonna be as unprofessional as possible. God, I hope not, but I think it's gonna be as unprofessional as possible. And yeah, most of the people are not even here. There's just 2 people watching, including me, I am guessing. Okay, I'm not happy. But yeah, let's not be greedy. So, today we are gonna hopefully cover some good stuff. So like, we're gonna, yeah, Firewatch wallpaper. I never played the game, by the way. So we're gonna cover some good stuff, basically. Like, no, don't show them your wallpapers. God, okay, thank goodness. All right, we're gonna cover some Photon stuff today. How to set up Photon, how to set up a basic multiplayer, you know, where you can see each other, we can move around. So using the FPS controller as the example. And let me see if I have a good wallpaper, which I probably won't get sued after or won't get copyrights. Because last time I got 20 copyrights on my, not last stream, but like the stream before the last stream, I think. It's terrible. I probably won't get any copyrights with this guy, right? Oh my god, I probably will. Yes, so, okay. How do I change it? Okay, oh boy. Okay. Oh, by the way, guys, I also have my Discord set up in case you want to join it. It's terrible. It's as messy as it can get, but I will just drop down a invitation link. Set this link to never expire. Copy. Okay, and then yeah, so you can just join my Discord as well in case you want to do that. And hopefully I won't. Yeah, man. Unfortunately, just. Anyways, I hope you guys are not just hearing me typing. So, grab your snacks and something. Like I'm gonna just drink some juice, just and stuff, and then you could just start off with some Photon stuff. So, I'll be using Unity 5.5.2 in this example, and as I said, so hopefully there are not many drop frames, but I see that there's like a 5,000 drop frames. So, I don't know what's wrong with the ping thingy. Tablet speeds are fine, but I'm getting terrible pings to the YouTube server for some reason. Alright, so let's see. So let's get started by creating a new project. Okay, anyways, is anyone even there, or is anyone even following this part? I mean, you don't really have to follow it. It's, it's basically a Q&A Photon tutorial series, but yeah, let's see. So let's go ahead and create a new project. Yahoo! Oh, I forgot the intro, by the way, because like, hey, yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy Tony, scene one, the kind of intro. But let's see. So let's create a new project, which I'm gonna call yet another Photon tutorial. Actually, this is not yet another Photon tutorial, is it? I see I'm on a phone, so the screen is so tiny I couldn't see. I feel it. But anyways, let's go ahead and create the new project. Yet another Photon tutorial. I should add some sort of music in the background so you guys won't get bored because of my sound, but my voice rather. But yeah. So, yeah, I've got a lot of assets there. Let's see if we can find something so-called Photon Unity networking free. That is what we're gonna import, and let's import. Where's the standard asset project stuff? Characters, yes, characters, and that stuff. And yeah, I think that's about it. I mean, I'm I'm getting like 200 ping, and apparently that's really bad. So yeah. Boy. So yeah, let's import some of the stuff. And if anyone else is also having stream related issues, then let me know. I'll restart it. But yeah, for the time being, let's see. I don't know. Maybe I should use the backup servers. Probably might have better you know, quality and stuff like that there. I'm running at 30 FPS, 720p. That's a freaking disgrace. Despite my uploading speed, I'm like, you know, it's bad, man. Okay. Importing the characters, importing the Photon networking view, and let's name this or let's just say Photon tutorial. Yeah. Cool. And create a new project. You know what? I'm gonna take off my headphones because they freaking, they just make it so that I can't hear anything else. Feel me? Like, you know, just wrap around your ears really well. Stream overloaded. Yes. Yeah. I mean, hopefully, and because we're importing, I'm sure it's using 100% of my CPU performance, which is pretty bad, and will most likely hinder my stream as well. Hopefully I can adapt it, but never too bad to hope. Boy. Alrighty. Let's wait for everything to import. We'll see what happens then. Okay, I guess it's there. Alrighty, we're inside Unity 3D finally, and hopefully everything is cool. And I should probably turn off the thingy. I should probably use something like this guy. I'm sorry, I'm just surfing through my wallpapers. I probably shouldn't. I should concentrate. Okay, so yeah, once you open up Unity, you know, you get this weird pop-up. It says that, you know, pun setup, a Photon Unity networking setup. For the time being, we don't want to do anything for this, so let's like skip it. Basically, you just gotta put your ID, Photon ID, inside of it, which we'll cover as well in a little while. You can close that. Okay, creates this Photon server settings file, which you can edit it if you want to host through the Photon cloud, or you just want to play offline, or you know, you just want to select the best region, whatever that is for the player, or whichever that might be. Okay, for best pings and on. So yeah, let's not set that for the time being, or rather we can switch it to offline mode if you don't want it to like pop up whenever you play the game. I'll show you in a second. So like if I set it to not set and I try playing, yeah, it gives you this weird pop-up and then it plays it, so it's really annoying. Let's see. You can see these are the example projects which come with the Photon package basically. So there's a lot of example projects. There's you know, I mean the code might be a bit hard to understand, but basically it's not all that hard really. But yeah, the fact that they're using a lot of custom classes and custom extensions and integrations, that kind of makes things a lot hard. And I'm sure you guys are pretty much like, what are you talking about, man? Can you please English, man? Yeah, I can English, man. Don't worry about it. So the basic stuff which we're gonna cover, because I'm bored, is I'm sorry. Basic stuff which we're gonna cover is basically setting up a basic first-person controller, like, you know, just dragging the standard assets controller and just syncing its position, and maybe allowing the player to like send hit messages or damage messages through RPCs. Probably heard of them, remote procedural calls, but if you haven't, then that's fine as well. Basically, we'll cover that in a second. So let's get started by like making a small scene and, you know, adding some basic stuff like the terrain, and I'm gonna just disable lighting thingy because why not? Yes, yeah, you can just don't do it. Save scene. Yeah, sure. Let's save the scene as well. Okay. Thank you, my door, for annoying me. You piece of wood. Sorry. Never mind. I'm just gonna name it 001. It doesn't really matter if you name your scene, of course. Yeah, let's not build any lighting. Anyways, so we have our terrain, and let's make it small. Let's move it, you know, to the center because I like it this way. And yeah, and let's sort of edit the light because it's really bright. Actually, let me just go to my edit project settings, player. I feel like I'm not even making a tutorial anymore. I'm sorry, my bad, but I'm trying. Okay, so I just went to project settings and player settings, and when I change the color space, which is basically gamma, is like this really bright color space, and then there's linear, which kind of tones down the white parts and stuff, even though it doesn't make any difference in this blank scene, but you know, you'll see what I'm talking about. And also, let me just make you something like that. So maybe it's a bit better. Let's actually build the light because why not? And maybe reduce the light intensity and the color. God, what am I doing? Okay, so basically what we can do is then this is messing up with me, isn't it? Isn't it? It is. Okay, so let's go ahead and drag and drop our lovely first-person controller, and we're getting drop frames again. Hell no! What the hell, encoding overloaded? You playing with me? Building. Okay, so let's drag and drop our first-person controller from the standard assets, characters, first-person character, and prefabs. Terrible tutorial yet again. And let's delete the camera, which is already in our scene. And yeah, so we have our first-person controller, which is really basic controller as usual. Nothing too fancy, and it's really dark. I know it's basically because the clustering thingy has yet to build, which for some reason it's taking forever to build. Just let it build, okay? I'm just gonna put it to build. And let's just see our notifications. Okay, 3 missed calls. Yes. God, one of them, my mom. I hope I'm not in trouble. Okay, why are you not building clustering? You. Oh my god, this piece of clustering. This is taking forever. Okay, there we go. It's doing it finally. There we go. Hell yeah, that worked. Okay, thank you. So let's move on to yeah, building asset failed. It failed multiple times for some reason. I don't know why it's failing, but let's go ahead and let's see. So it's fucking dark again. You kidding me? Okay, thank you. Finally. I'm sorry. I was trying to not curse, but you know, I just kept forcing me to do that. And I bet you don't even know if you're moving or what. I bet it's really loud as well. Let me just reduce the sound. And for the stream, it's really loud, I guess. And let's see. Let's reduce it all the way. Anyways, so let's see. So we have a basic controller, which we don't even know if it even exists in the scene, I guess. Actually, for this guy, and let's take a different approach. My bad. Okay, probably shouldn't get distracted, but so what else do we have? So let's take a different approach, and instead of using the default FPS controller, we can go ahead and we can use the rigid body FPS controller. Because like, why not, you know? I mean, it's pretty cool, honestly. You'll see what I'm talking about. So like, if I drag and drop this guy right here, we have this really nice video controller, which does have decent bobbing and stuff like that as well. So we can use this controller and just sync it. So first thing which I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to select the controller and right click on it, 3D object, and capsule. I bet I can't even type correctly. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing anyway. Yes, and let's remove the capsule collider component from the capsule itself. So we have a weird capsule which doesn't even freaking fit. So okay, that's bad. Let's make sure that it kind of fits at least. By the way, I've got like a lot of things to show you guys, and I'm really kind of excited at the same time, but I'm not sure. Like, it wouldn't be fun to just show you that in the live stream. Like, a lot of guys. And yo, what's up? The most epic pancake. Yeah, as the title says, Photon live training is what is going on here. I'm guessing, I suppose. I'm gonna try to reply with my mouth instead of, you know, like typing it for now. So we have a basic rigid body controller. I just added a capsule mesh render thingy inside of it, and then yeah, basically wouldn't affect anything if you play in game. But yeah, for the timing, just so the other player can actually see us, even if it's a you know, a capsule representation, basically. So what else we have? We you know, afterwards, what we're gonna do? Barely playing around much. And Photon, pancake person. Wait, how do I progress from there? Like, this is like the most unplanned live stream ever. So yeah, this is a lot better. The camera is a lot smoother, though you probably want to reduce the smoothing, as that would just make things really unresponsive in game. If you have a rather games like, you know, where you need, you know, responsive cameras and whatnot. So let's add some objects, by the way, just to make sure that our world does looks like it's a world, I guess. Rather. Yeah, just gonna throw in a couple of these, and let's see. Alrighty, and there we go. So we have a something which is okay-ish. Then we can just grab this one chunk which we just built here and just rotate that there. Rotates properly. I mean, that's fine. Just make it so that it looks like something. Okay. Right, there we go. Let's remove that from there. Okay, so we have a basic place which looks really weird, but you know, it's something. And let's actually make the light more brighter, rather, and change its color as well. So. It looks unrealistic. Okay. Buffering, actually, it should not be buffering now, but yeah. And the great tutorials, it's probably coming out soon. I mean, I'm actually planning on releasing an FPS, you know, another games update, which I'm working on. You know, the game I made before, I basically, you know, made it more towards the Photon side, and it feels better, you know? That game feels a lot better now. I mean, based on the multiplayer, it's a lot more optimized, and I also got good news for you guys. In case you want to play that game, you can play that, finally. I mean, it just looks good. It's not really like it's good or anything, so, you know. Yeah, no, you feel me? Yeah. So we have a basic controller, we have a basic controller, we have a basic controller. How many times have I said that? And yeah, we can just, let's build it again. Yeah, everything looks better now. Cool. See, everything looks too bright now. But you get the idea, right? Right? Right. Okay, so after the controller, let's make it compatible with Photon. So a few things which we need to do. And Jeremy, I actually have tested that game already with like 16 players. But sure, you can still test it. I mean, I'm gonna pretty much make it public so everyone can test it as I update it. They can play it, you know. Just gonna be the good guy here this time instead of making people drool over games, I guess. Not like I'm earning anything from it, but you know, still, I'm kind of happy to share it. It's kind of fun, but I'm not sharing the source code as always. I'm an evil guy either way. But yeah, sure. If you're a professional, that'll be great. I'll definitely see. Yeah, I actually have that in my Dropbox right now, so if you can actually, you know, throw me your email, I can share the file with you. I can share the file with the. Anyways, guys. Yes, so, great tutorials. We're working on a Photon live training session, as the title suggests. So, yes, what we need to do now is basically we need to put this guy in a resources folder, because Photon, the way Photon works is that you can't spawn prefabs over network unless they're in the prefabs folder. Okay, give me a second, guys. Okay, my bad. Streaming in the morning does have its cons, but like people keep walking into my room, but that's fine, man. It's okay. I feel you, man. I mean, you feel me, right? Okay. So, yeah, you gotta put your prefabs in the resources folder if you want to actually spawn them over network. So that's why we're gonna put this guy inside of the resources folder. So just gonna go to the assets and say create. If I'm gonna create a new folder, and I'm just gonna call this resources. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drag and drop this guy inside of the resources folder. Cool. All right. And yeah, and also maybe we can go ahead and change the you know, the ambient color to something like more of a reddish, because I don't know, I'm a big fan of that. Yeah, that looks pretty fucking good. Damn, that looks good. Even though this isn't exactly, I'm not exactly matching the skybox or anything, but yeah, I'm just playing around with the colors so I can make things look a bit better. I will most likely cover that soon. I've said that a lot of times, but I'm not really covering it anytime sooner, am I? I should though. So, let's go ahead and let's create something like, you know, maybe a new script which actually disables this guy, and or like disables certain scripts on this character, so like over the network we can't control it, and also some scripts which allows it to be seen over synced over the network, the position, the rotation, everything. So the way you can make it more of a networked object is by adding a new component, which is going to be Photon view, basically. So we add a Photon view. It assigns it an ID. As you can see, it says a view ID. That's 1. So it assigns that an ID. And basically, it auto assigns that. You don't have to do that manually. Okay, it's better to not touch this manually, unless you're like jumping into more of a, you know, a permission thingy, you know, which is kind of complex. It comes afterwards. And then what we can do is we can actually add another component. If you see there is a Photon transform view. And what this does is basically, as it says, you can sync the position, the rotation, or the scale using this component, which is pretty, you can say, I'm sorry, convenient and all, okay? So basically all I have to do is I have to say, okay, sync position and sync rotation. And then, you know, it's best that, let me see, draw synchronized, disabled fixed. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna actually lerp. I think it would be best if I keep it at the current values. Maybe estimated speed. Actually, lerping would be fine for our case. Gonna set that to 12. Lerping is basically, you know, the interpolation thing you covered on earlier. So like it moves from one position to the other linearly. Okay, so it doesn't move instantly, so it's not gonna teleport that. But yeah, and hey, Sid X, yeah, sure, you be glad, man, be glad. But yeah. Anyways, and what we can do is we can, you know, now we do have the transform view component, but it's not like it's gonna do anything unless, of course, we drag this and we drag it into the observe components. Now, what observed components is basically that the Photon view is gonna, you know, as it says, observe these components. It's gonna make sure that whatever these components do, it's gonna sync that over the network. So basically what you can say is that if I drag and drop this there, you know, you also get this option, observe option. Honestly, I did read about it. I kind of forgot how it works. I mean, it's not like I'm a pro in Photon, but basically what unreliable and change means is that if something changes, so if any of these observed components, any values which they're storing or which they want to sync over the network changes, then only it will send a message over network and change the value for that respective photon view over the network. Otherwise, otherwise it won't do anything. So it's like, it's good in terms of keeping data low, so in case you don't want to send and receive values constantly even when they're not changing, and you want to save your internet, your networking, and you want to try to not overload it, it's pretty good in that. Unreliable basically means, I think it just keeps on sending it and receiving it. There's a lot of documentation over online, so you can basically check that out. And if you don't want to change anything, you can just set it to off, and it's not going to sync any of these components. Okay, so in case you just want a photon view, but you don't want to sync anything, you want to, like, for example, call RPCs. RPCs are, remote procedural calls, which could be used for, for example, if I call an RPC, that specific function can be played for everyone throughout. So everyone in that specific room can play that function. That is how RPCs could work. And or we can make it so that only the master plays that, or something like that, stuff like that. That's how it basically works. So we have a photon view, we have a photon transform view, and basically there's this option that says enable teleport. That's basically, for example, if I'm moving, and like this is my local player, okay, and on an online or over the network, my character is like there. It's like there's a 3 meter difference between my current position and my position locally or over the network. So basically it's going to teleport this guy to this position suddenly, okay, to make sure that the positions are synced over network in case something goes wrong and packages are lost over the over network. It's going to teleport the guy and match his position, so in case smoothing fails, sending or receiving data of the position and rotation fails. So, and no, Sid, I have not purchased Unity. This is just a weird hack which I did to achieve the dark skin. So if I basically go to the preferences, I believe, then I don't think I can change back to, as you can see, it's just set to professional. I can change back to the white one. Okay, and this doesn't gives me any professional you can say opportunities now, features. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so we have this guy, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to apply him. So it's going to apply all of these changes to this guy right here. And don't worry about the warning there. It's basically related to the photon view ID. You can't really change it, or you shouldn't really change it. So like it's complaining about that. Okay. So basically we have that, and because we have that, we no longer need this guy in the scene. Because if you want to actually sync this guy, we want to make sure that it's not in the scene, and we spawn this guy through, say, a network manager or something like that. So if I delete this, there you go, bam, it's deleted. And let's see, let me just kind of make it so that it's just gonna change its component because it was too reflective, and that was kind of hard on the eyes, or looked weird rather. So let's go ahead and let's create a new script. So I'm going to say right click, create. Actually, let's create a new folder first. And I'm going to create a scripts folder. And I'm going to create a new script called Photon Network Manager or something. I hope there's no scripts with that name. By the way, I've got like some advice for you guys in case you're like, for example, if you plan on selling assets on the asset store, for example, you have a lot of assets there, so say you buy this weapon asset like UFPS or anything like that, and the script's name can be the same, like weapon controller, weapon script, so that way there could be like errors defining scripts, or you could throw errors in the console that this script already exists and that already exists. So what you can do for that is you can use namespaces. Namespaces are like, you can basically say you can group your scripts in a namespace, like a folder which has its own script. So I can say, okay, namespace my new namespace, and then inside of it I have the script called, for example, Photon network behaviors. Like if I can basically, I think, go like, I'm not actually, I don't actually remember that properly, but if I go to the first person controller, then actually Unity does it really well as well. Namespace, see that? Let's create a namespace. This is you can say the root of that group. There's another folder in that group, and another folder, and inside of that folder you can say that there's this class, the script itself, the rigid body FPS controller. So if I create a new script with the same name, it wouldn't throw me any errors. But if I create a new script in the same namespace, then it would throw me errors. So like, it's kind of good to group your scripts, and to, you know, kind of makes you feel more professional at some point, I guess. Even though I don't really do that, because I'm like, no, I'm not like grouping my stuff, you know. Let's just keep it hanging out. I should probably start grouping it though. But let's see. On a project, like working for someone, no, I'm not actually working for someone for the time being. I don't know if I will be. I probably will be soon. But yeah, I'm actually looking for a job if that's possible. I mean, I did work for on a part-time job back in the day, but no longer. Anyways, so we have a Photon network manager, and before we actually move on, I do believe we need to do something. Okay, yeah, so in order to connect, I think we can inherit from, let me see. Actually, we don't need to inherit from anything. So what we can do is we can connect to the Photon network view, or the Photon servers, by saying Photon network dot connect using settings, I believe, using settings, and that's that. So what this means is basically, now what we're trying to do is we're connecting to the Photon servers, and using settings can be defined as it says it uses a game version. You say string game version. This could be used to discriminate between you know, versions, for example, or scenes. So basically, if you have multiple scenes, you have this scene and that scene and that scene, and you basically want the characters to, you know, have to, you know, join different scenes based on different. Of course, you don't want the character from the desert scene to be in the space scene. So for that, you can say desert, and then you can say your game version, for example, 0.1. Or you can directly even say 0.1. It doesn't really have to be like, you know, anything like that, you know. So you can just go ahead with those, and then yeah. So yeah, I think it's actually pretty decent now. We're getting pretty less dropped frames as well. So it's okay. We'll just, yeah, help out Jeremy if anyone's having any stuttering. Hopefully not, but so I'm gonna just go with, like, for example, 0.1 for the time being. Okay. So we're connecting using settings, and that is you know, 0.1 is our game version, for example. Okay, you can put anything there, literally anything. Okay, you can just put something okay, you know, you feel me? Best song ever 2017, GG. Anyways, so now what we can do afterwards is we can actually create a function which is like a callback. So what that does is that, you know, whenever we connect, it checks that if we have actually connected to the master. So we've connected to the server. If you've successfully connected to that, then it plays that function, and then on that function we can try connecting it to a room, for example. So I can say, okay, on Photon master connector or something like that. Okay, I don't really remember it. Okay, god I need to go ahead and study the you know, examples. So that is how you make use of the examples. There's probably a network manager there already. Photon network. Photon network. No. Photon network manager. Person network. Okay. Steam server. No, it's not. I don't know. It's not really alternative for Steam servers. And oh my god, are you really getting all this weird stuff? Okay. Should I restart the stream? Vote if I should restart the stream, because that's really weird. Okay. Let me just go ahead. Let me just see the guy we were having. Okay. Yeah, no. Okay, you should be in the shared assets most likely. Scripts. Goodness, where is it? Give me 1 second. Let's go to the scene. Okay, connect and join random. Yes. The script might seem really weird, but don't worry about it. It's fine. It's completely fine. Okay. You feel me? Yeah. So basically, yes, there it is. On connected to master. Basically, when okay. Basically, when you have, oh wow, that you have that. Okay, my goodness. Then it is. I mean, I know it has something to do with the stream, obviously, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying everyone else was getting a problem because I'm getting this good health thingy on YouTube finally. So should I restart? God, someone tell me. I mean, I can switch to the backup servers if you guys want. Let me see. Okay then. I'm gonna try restarting then. 1 sec. Ready. Yeah, it was actually. Uh, it was actually like streaming fine. Okay, let me see. Let me see, man. Okay. Right. I just tried switching to the backup servers, and I really can't guarantee if anything is any better, because yeah, because it's. I mean, according to this guy, it's still bad, but okay then. All right, let's see. Ready. Cool. So back to everything else. I don't know if it's good. Let me know if it's good now. Hopefully it's good. Let's see. So anyways, so we have this function called, it says on connected to master. Okay, I'm just reading you out from one of the example scripts because I keep forgetting the callback functions. And okay, it's still saying that dang thingy. What is this happening to me? We'll go ahead to latency thingy, duration, as memory, stream delay. Reserve got off. Okay, tutorial part 8 will be up. Yeah, tutorial part 8 will be up soon. We can say, like, you know, the 10 Yasin Bros one, so buffering. My bad. Everyone should pretty much vote on how the experience is of streaming, because I think it's going terrible. Used to go amazing. Why is it going terrible now? 30. Even I'm running at 30 FPS. It's still terrible. Yeah, same here. I have to catch it